Hello, Facebook family and friends. This is Edwin Cabrera coming to you live from Manassas, Virginia. First, there's a couple of things going on here. I wanted to show you the StreamYard software that I'm using just to see how it works because Facebook doesn't have certain features, and I'm just learning how to use this. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing is, I was thinking about what do most people talk about. For the most part, there are three categories that they talk about. They talk about people, they talk about events, and they talk about the future. Those are general categories for the most part. We'll use those. Now, Eleanor Roosevelt said back in the day, she said basically that great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events, but small minds discuss people. I think that's a little bit judgmental, because, it's not only talking about people, but it's how you're talking about people. Are you always looking for the gossip in people? You're always looking for the negative in people. If that's the case, then okay, you can say that, but if you're looking for the positive, if you're looking to discuss about how you can help people and things like that, that's a little different, For example, if you look at the lives of Sylvester Stallone and Dwayne The Rock, these guys, man, they started with nothing. They started, they worked hard to become and get to where they are today. You should really look at their stories, their incredible stories. I'm not going to get into that because it's going to take too much time. I love to hear. You should hear about Sylvester Stallone's story. But anyway, the point is that it's not so much talking about people, but are you gossiping about people? Are you always looking for the negative in people? And are you always looking to talk about those people? Now, remember this. If you're hanging out with people who are always talking about other people, remember, when they're with other people, you are the other person. So be careful with those kind of people who are always talking about everybody else, because sooner or later you become everybody else, So, that's a point you got to consider, and also when people are always talking negatively about other people, they're bringing negative energy to you. Everything is about energy. Everything is about, you bringing positive, or you extending positivity, or you extending negativity. Are you accepting positivity, or you're accepting negativity? So that's the first thing, so talking about people, you may be talking about people, and historically speaking. How about events? It's applicable to events too. We could talk about current events. You could talk about things that are happening in your life. You could talk about things that are happening with your family, sports, all this stuff. But are you talking about events and looking at the positive in them, or are you looking for negative stuff? Again, are you always talking about the problems, or are you talking about the solutions? Right? If you're talking if you're always bringing in the negativity, that's what you're going to get. If you're always talking with people who are negative, that's what you're going to get. So that's another point. The same thing about the future. Now, if you look at most movies, movies really suck. Movies are talking about the future. They either the aliens get us, or we destroy the world, or the whole world is in chaos and we kill each other off. So they're not really giving us a very nice, a view of the future, and when you talk about the future, are you talking about it in positive terms or negative terms? How about your own future? Are you talking about it in positive terms or negative terms? Are you looking forward to the future? Are you planning for the future? Or do you have a goal for the future? If not, you may want to think about those things, and you may want to think about them in very positive terms, So it's not so much what you're talking about, it's more about how you're talking about them and what kind of energy you're bringing to them, what kind of energy you're expanding outwards from it to other people. So that's very important, that you understand that it's not so much whether you're talking about people, events, or the future, but what is your attitude and your perspective towards those things. So I hope that was helpful. This is Edwin Cabrera signing off here in Manassas, Virginia.